Hello, and welcome to the Angry Italian podcast rants with the Angry Italian and his friends. Today we'll be perusing the mindunleashed.org. Rise in autism rates go hand in hand with increased vaccinations.
Of course they fucking do. Why wouldn't they, Rant? Because they're the same fucking thing. God damn it, I can't believe there's stupid people in the world that are so stupid. In the country especially like this one where education is so disseminated. God. I don't know. Humans do not come from the earth, and sunburn, backpacks, and pain during labor prove it. How the fuck does any of this is related to fucking time travel, space travel rather? Oh, I'm sorry. Feeling pain is not a thing of the earth. It's not like every other fucking animal in this fucking planet can feel pain. No, no, no. That is an entirely human experience. Oh, we can't possibly be like cows. It's not like we have the same blood, heart, fucking digestive system with the exception of having less stomachs.
It's because, apparently, according to this Dr. Ellis, humans might suffer from bad backs because they evolved in a world with lower gravity. He also says that it is strange that babies' heads are so large and make it difficult for women to give birth, which can result in fertilities of the mother and infant.
Right. Aside from being called biology, it's also called fucking archaeology or anthropology, if you want to get precise about it, and we have found our ancestors. We have a very nice timeline of evolution where our backs weren't the same way, neither were our babies' heads, or our brain size, or our jawlines, or our fucking heads, or any of the other parts eventually.
Yep, but our ancestors, before those...
The monkeys?
Came from another planet.
Right.
And
Apes came from another planet.
That had lower gravity.
Apes came from another fucking planet. Is that it? Is that it? Apes came from a fucking planet? Or did humans? Homo sapiens sapiens. Because Homo sapiens sapiens evolved from fucking apes. And apes evolved from bigger apes. And so on.
He also believes humans are not designed to be so exposed to the sun as they are on Earth, as they cannot sunbathe for more than a week or two, unlike a lizard, and cannot be exposed to the sun every day. Poor lizards.
So for once in their fucking lives, we're the aliens and the lizard people are native.
Apparently.
And he wants to be taken seriously, and he wonders why that's not going so well. Has he stepped in a university in his lifetime and asked, like, hey guys, can I have some evidence over here?
He's calling himself a doctor.
Of course he fucking is. Who isn't a doctor at this point?
Me?
I meant people like Dr. Phil.
Oh, Dr. Phil. What kind of doctorate? I don't know. Maybe in, like...
World Truth. There's a category called World Truth.
Oh boy. Oh boy, tell us what the truth of the world is, Marco. Besides humans not coming from Earth, of course. Totally true. Tell me what you're reading.
Russell Brand may have started a revolution last night.
Oh, I heard about that. He's all like, state's bad, and government's bad, and anarchy for all. Tell us how you feel about this, Marco.
You know, anarchy also works.
Yep. Oh, anarchy is the best form of government.
He's played Fallout.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, last I checked, anarchy is pretty horrible for everyone.
Anarchy is pretty horrible, at least, you know, in the theoretical realm of video games.
With the exception of capitalism, it seems that every single other word to describe either an economic system or a government system that's ever been used in a political sense of this country is completely and totally fucking backwards. I don't understand how suddenly anarchism is a good thing, how suddenly socialism, fascism, and whatever other fucking thing they want to bring together, they want to call Obama, are the same thing. They call him a socialist fascist. That's like calling him a male-female. It's not possible. Well, it's even possible for it to be male and female at the same time. It's not possible for it to be a fascist socialist. That doesn't fucking happen. It's just impossible. It's like saying it's the Earth and the Moon. No! You can either be one, or you can be the other thing, because it's on the other opposite fucking side of the fucking spectrum. It's like saying, I am for and against abortion. No, you can't be both. You can be in the middle, where you don't have an opinion, but if you're a socialist, you're on the edge of one line, and if you're a fascist, you're on the other edge of the same fucking line, but somehow, people can call the president both things. My god, if he can transcend humanity into taking two sides of the same coin, he can do anything. At that point, whatever, he may as well be a fucking alien, because if you can have two different opinions about the same subject forever, to the point that you're going to instate that in the government, well then go ahead.
Well, you know what? That's exactly why we can't find his birth certificate, because he wasn't born on this planet, much less this country.
Yeah, of course. Aliens have come to this planet. So if they got all the way over here, they at the very least, had to come from Alpha Centauri. That's the nearest star that we can see, and we can measure them very accurately. Alright, I can go over here on fucking Google, and I can type, like, stars near Earth, and I can get a list of nearest stars, starting from Alpha Centauri, and going all the way down to as many as you can see. And if we can see that many, that means we're pretty fucking certain about that being the closest one, alright? So they have to come from Alpha Centauri. Let me see the distance. Where is it? Maybe to star. It is 4,240. It's 4.2421 light years away. All right, that means that light, by itself, being the single fastest force in this universe, can still take 4.2 years to get here from Alpha Centauri. So they somehow made it over here, and the one thing they want to do, instead of enslaving us, fucking studying us, talking to us, or doing anything else, is replace the president of one country of this huge fucking planet. Why? That's like going into your backyard, finding a colony of ants that you have never seen in your life, and then infiltrating yourself into their leader with a different ant.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy, actually.
That is a brilliant
Going
analogy.
into your backyard.
Well, according to this article over here, it says that they did it in order for them to embed a message in our genetic code.
If they can travel through space, they can fuck with their own genetics, because there's forces that are there just much more resistant
What
to us.
message? What's the message?
I don't know, I haven't completely finished the article.
Let me guess,
but
it's socialism.
It starts with the answer to whether or not we are alone in the universe could be right under our nose, or more literally, inside every cell in our body.
Yeah.
Could our genes have been intelligently designed manufacturer's stamp?
Oh
or
my
have
god,
a
really? Intelligent
manufacturer's
design is
stamp
now taking the alien route?
inside them, written eons ago somewhere else in our galaxy?
Oh my fucking Jesus Christ.
Such
Where
as
did
a
it come
designer
from?
label would be an indelible stamp of a master extraterrestrial civilization that preceded us by many millions or billions of years.
Cool, show me.
As
If
their
it's
ultimate
indelible, then it's
legacy,
still
they
there.
recast the Milky Way in their own biological image.
Really? Gods, they were bored.
This also links, by the way, to an article that starts with, "Are we a living hologram?"
Yeah, the whole like digital universe theory that we are living in a simulation.
There's a video included that says scientists confirm that reality is an illusion.
Confirmed.
Confirm.
Can I see this proof, please?
The only thing I've heard that goes with that is during a lot of quantum mechanical experiments, they have to either have one observer or no observers, because simply observing an ancient experiment will change it.
Sometimes it does, yes. And here's the thing.
Which is terrifying.
Mathematically speaking, if the capacity exists for a universe to be big enough or advanced enough to create a virtual reality that would be good enough to be called itself reality, or rather, that would be good enough to create or simulate sentience, then the likelihood is that this would then be a simulation. Because you would be able to fit in our case, but if it's possible, not for us, I mean in general, if it's possible to make a machine that is strong enough to have a universe inside itself, then it is likely, mathematically speaking, that we are then in one of those simulations. Because you can fit more simulations per universe than you can fit universes, because they fit inside each other, and the infinity of universes will always be smaller than the infinity of simulations inside those universes. But that is a thought experiment. That is math porn. It's not supposed to be taken as them considering that to be an actual thing.
No, really, yeah.
No, that's exactly what that is.
Like
that is them taking a number and trying to stretch it to its limit.
You've
and
seen,
then
you've seen through the wormhole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what that is. It's just
I'll
like
give you another
Morgan
one.
Freeman calmly talking about really crazy math in his soothing voice, and you just get aroused by it. But it serves no scientific purpose.
I'll give you another example.
That's it.
There was a
I like that we're
physics.
supposed to get aroused by it.
Well, that's what
There was
happened.
there was
I
a
don't know,
physics
Morgan
experiment.
Freeman can talk about almost anything.
The term math porn was derogative. It was supposed to
Insider reaction.
insult and demean the people that actually liked doing that. It was kind of like the Big Bang was a derogatory term for that theory because they all thought it was stupid, and then it stuck.
It is all a lie because we're using abstractions which aren't actually real, but in this case can be made to produce real results.
It's a conspiracy.
meant to waste our time on how it's endlessly discussed in circles. It's a conspiracy.
They're keeping us from the real math, you see. The one that works.
Call me what it matters. 1 + 1 = 5.
So, further on down the page, just so that you're aware, we have what the cancer industrial complex does not want you to know about chemotherapy and radiation.
Oh my fucking god, how many people have they killed so far?
And the very next article is The Healing Power of Cat Purrs. A history of cats and how they can assist us on our journey.
That's wonderful.
Not to mention, research shows cannabis can be effectively used to treat multiple sclerosis. So within 3 articles, very close to each other.
I love how if pot's involved, it's like a miracle wonder cure drug.
So within 3 articles, we have cannabis in cats good, but chemotherapy and radiation bad.
See, the sad thing is, cannabis is a very effective treatment for the side effects of radiation treatment. And it gets shit for that because everyone just wants to get high. Thanks to these idiots posting that kind of bullshit. I'm assuming they have no basis for this, no proof of any kind. I say I'm assuming because I'm assuming there wasn't a scientific study done on the powers of healing from cat purrs. Hopefully they're wasting money on other things.
I don't know, I didn't bring up the cat purr one. I have the radiation and chemotherapy. I just like the cancer industrial complex. I mean,
I don't understand why people have this fixation that industrial complexes are owned by one evil dictator that controls them all. Do they forget that all these companies are like competing against each other? And if any of them managed to find a cancer drug that was less destructive to your body, the millions of billions of dollars they would make would be so big that they could go to the moon on a steroid made of money. And yet somehow they're keeping all of this from the public. For what other gain? Superpowers? Do they get the ability to fly? Does Obama bestow upon them his half-lizardness? I don't understand. What the fuck they're being bribed with?
Well, no, that's the thing, though. The amount of money they make from repeated chemotherapy treatments would far exceed what they would make from an actual cure, as they would put it.
It doesn't have to be a cure. Make it a fucking treatment. Just take the side effects away. That's why cancer research
No, but
is
the
the
side
most
effects
made.
chain off into other things, like treatment and other kinds of therapy, which they can also charge for. It's a big cascading web of lies to keep people constantly funneling money into the system.
Of course. That's why all of
Yeah.
our cars run at 10 miles per hour and use 16 gallons per mile. No, of course they fucking don't. They're constantly competing with making faster cars that go further without having to use gas. Because if they buy your shit, you make money. This is how it fucking works.
so if you have to continuously buy the chemotherapy and radiation
See,
drugs,
that's exactly what he said, but then some other dude across the street from you isn't getting as many repeated customers as you are, so he makes his drug more efficient, which causes all of your people to flock to him. You panic and make your drug more efficient. And there's no scenario in which this works
that's part
without...
That's part of why we can't have socialized medicine, by keeping you in...
I see, this is why it's the cancer...
I will stab you.
No, this is
And then
why...
we'll see who needs socialized medicine.
This is why it's the cancer industrial complex. They often to
Yes.
be unionized.
Cancer
because they're-
industrial complex.
Yeah,
By
they all
saying
have-
the words industrial and complex in the same sentence makes it double evil.
Bam!
Because they all have to be unionized to the point where they agree not to go below a certain efficiency level.
So it's a cancer cartel.
Yes.
What a fascinating story of cooperation between hundreds of agencies and dozens of countries that hasn't happened in the history of ever.
Yes. Okay, so Marco.
It goes deeper and it's more complex than you could possibly comprehend.
And who's at the very top of it? The Queen of England, like last time they showed me a pyramid of this shit? Or is it going to be an actual alien this time? Or maybe it's us from the past or some bullshit.
No,
I don't know.
That's it. Your quantum soul is what rules your own life because everything's actually fake. Your
Yeah,
thoughts
it's a video
manifest
game.
your reality.
Mhm.
I'm not real. You're just perceiving me, and vice versa.
This is just Grand Theft Earth.
You know, Marsha made that argument to me once and I punched her.
But
Marsha tried to convince me that she wasn't real and that I was perceiving her. That she didn't exist. And I punched her in the face.
it's like, yo, I'm pretty sure you're real.
Feels real to me, and she's, you know, way tall.
All she has to do is say that your brain made it real.
Yeah, see,
No, I knocked.
you're
I punched
learning.
her in the
You're
face.
learning, young Padawan.
If we want to keep this circular argument forever, we can do it. I can stretch this for all fucking time. There's never going to be a point where it ends because science doesn't know everything. Otherwise, it would stop.
Well, that's what they want you to think.
Oh my god. If there's
Apparently,
anything...
if stuff wasn't suppressed,
anything
we'd
that
be
they-
flying around right now.
Of course.
And-
Because we actually know everything.
Mhm.
Somehow, in an infinite universe, we actually know
Which you're
everything.
already living in. See, if you weren't being suppressed right now by the cell phone towers, you'd be able to exist in all dimensions at once as a free energy being.
Do you just say things that, like, go together? Like, it sounds like you're just going, like, because ducks and swimming pools have this magical electromagnetic connection that, when combined with helium, produces infinite wind energy.
Just about. See, you're starting to catch on. It's kind of like freestyle rapping. It's like...
Freestyle bullshitting. You should have been a lawyer.
No. No. Freestyle bullshit.
I
I
think
don't
that's what
understand.
my history degree is. So Marco, you seem a little tense. I've found another article on here that might help you out a little bit. Don't give me that look.
Oh my god.
It's called 10 Easy Things That Will Make You Happier, backed by science. Sleep more. You'll be less sensitive to negative emotions.
Have you seen all the ones on negative energy? On
I would
how
like to
to,
point out-
I can't. I want to read you this next one.
Okay,
I
shoot.
would like to point out that there's at least a couple of studies that say that more sleep usually means less years of life. Not that many, but some
I mean,
correlation
I like
has been
sleep.
found.
I like sleep, but this is the one that caught my eye. Hunt, we need to move closer to work. A short commute is worth more than a big house. Because
Okay.
I don't think we're close enough to work.
I don't think so either.
I think we need to move the office, like, literally inside our bedroom.
I guess
Heck,
you have
just
to
move it into
their
the bed.
bedroom.
Just never leave the bed.
Walking is so
The
tiresome.
living room is
I'll just
so
wake
far.
up. I'll just wake up and be attached to all this electronic equipment, and I'll just type.
Oh, but Hunt, aren't we already in today's
Well,
modern
we are,
society?
but my shackled mind into this fake.
Yes.
God, I can't
I
do
think
it.
I just
You're learning, though. I saw
No,
it.
it gets to a point where the rest of my brain just goes, if you're not going to use this information seriously, then I'm just out. And I just forget things.
Oh no! Oh no!
Your shackled psychology inhibits you from reaching your full potential and happiness.
I think you're breaking them.
Tip number 8. Plan a trip, but don't take one.
I'm sorry, what the fuck's the point?
No, clearly, because you can experience the whole trip in your mind.
As opposed to actually taking a holiday, it seems that planning a vacation or just a break from work can improve our happiness. A study published in the following journal showed that the highest spike in happiness came during the planning stages
See?
of vacation as employees enjoyed the sense of anticipation.
They realize that a sense of anticipation can't exist if you think you're not going to take it. It's the same reason why the placebo effect doesn't happen if you tell people, this pill is sugar, it's going to cure you of all of your illnesses.
Getting older will also make you happier.
Really?
Right?
What a fascinating concept.
It's interesting to note that as we get older, particularly past middle age, we tend to grow happier naturally.
Okay. Did
What's
they
a
take?
midlife crisis?
Did they take
I don't know, I
1,000?
had mine at 25.
Did they take 10,000 people going through their middle age, and then 10,000 people were working and stressed, and 10,000 people who weren't, and compare them? How did they make a study?
I don't know, it's
How did they determine it was naturally?
I'm reading the
What the fuck
thing.
defines naturally?
They don't tell you how big the group was.
You know, me, my Uncle Bob, and Tim don't really make a study.
I just thought you'd be interested in these tips on making your life happier.
Yeah, obviously I'm missing a lot of truth.
Also,
I have to
going back
expand
to
my
the healing
consciousness.
power of cat purrs, apparently it has something to do with the fact that cats create purr vibrations within a range of 20 to 140 hertz, known to be medically therapeutic for many
Medically
illnesses.
therapeutic to fucking
Medically
God
therapeutic
damn.
per vibrations.
Why do they
I always
like
love
this
how
word so much?
vibrations, frequency, and negative can always be tied together in these to explain medical truth.
I know. I
Per
don't understand.
vibrations, I love
I
it.
don't understand why the word vibration is so fucking marketable.
The
Well,
vibrations
fucking
are
all-
helpful for healing soft tissue, apparently.
Soft tissue. All of homeopathy is vibrations.
And bones! Frequencies of 25 to 50 hertz are the best, and 100 hertz to 200 hertz the second best frequencies for promoting bone strength.
Bone strength.
Yeah.
Really? Somehow they resonate with the calcium?
Apparently there's an old veterinary adage that says if you put a cat and a bunch of broken bones in the same room, the bones will heal.
I've never even heard you make that sound before.
Alright, so they're claiming that veterinarians were studying to heal cats and dogs
It says
and
it's
other
an
animals.
old veterinary adage.
Yeah.
From the,
Don't you dare say dark.
From the demented death workshop of Dr. Zed. What?
You know, something you read on one of Lovecraft's books doesn't count as an adage.
Her vibrations help healing infection and swelling.
Of course they
They
do.
don't
Of
even
course.
give a hurt thing, though.
And maybe if the cat licks your wounds, it would be so much better, much easier for all those microbes to make
clearly,
it into
it's
your
just the best
bloodstream.
method for any veterinary practice is they have to sell cats without tongues.
But don't you understand,
What?
Isaac? Don't you
They can't
understand?
lick the wounds. They sit there and just purr,
Yeah,
and they'll
forever.
apparently just regenerate like
But
mutants.
don't you know, humans are actually immortal. It's just that all the chemicals that we drink and eat make us immortal.
Toxins.
Toxins. God.
And negative energy.
Even better. And negative energy. I mean, you know, you only know that death exists because they told you. Had you never known, you would never die.
I mean, did you look up that, you saw the rain tubes thing, right?
Fucking rain tubes. That was another thing. Get a bunch of fucking copper pipes, stick them in some
Did
car.
you see the rain
Magical
tubes
rain
there?
machine.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Alright.
sent me the rain
Did I
tubes.
ever tell you about...
I want to make them and make... We're in the wrong industry. We just need to make rain tubes.
Fucking rain tubes. They were awfully fucking ugly. They had the fucking barcode on the side still. They put no effort into that shit. Have I ever told you about the story of James Randi being called by the U.S. government? Because the U.S. government, you see, not immune to these kinds of bullshits either, bought a shipment of 10,000 bomb finders from some dude. It was some dude. And they bought 10,000 to see if they worked. Okay? And they called him on to see whether or why they weren't working. Because, you see, they tested them and they weren't working. Shockingly, I know. And he gets there, and he says the thing looked essentially like a dowsing rod. It was like this long thing, and there was like this curved thing at the bottom, and it was supposed to you brought it around, and it was supposed to vibrate when there were bombs or some shit. There was like this box halfway through the hole though, and so when he opened it, the instructions said that was the engine. That was enabled the device to find bombs, and it was a steel box. And when they opened it to see what was inside, it was hundreds upon hundreds of dead ants on every single one of those.
Ants,
As in the animal, as in the
Because I
bug.
heard ants as in the tree from Lord of the Rings.
No, that would be
Dead ants?
magical. Dead ants. That's all it was. It was a box full of dead ants.
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 Oh.
Somehow that was supposed to help them find bombs. Spoilers, it didn't.
Now we have to run up a conspiracy on how that actually does work.
On how the ants are actually responsible.
How
Dead ends. Dead ends
you
find
can
bombs.
get like a box of dead ends to oscillate
And they somehow
when bombs are
vibrate
nearby.
when bombs are nearby. Because there's only one type of bomb, right? Made with only one type of explosive. Which is, of course, made with only one kind of
you
element.
can totally make things that, like, the negative intent that goes into, like, as it...
It's feeling the
it's
evil.
That the
It's
war
feeling
culture
the
that goes into the
evil.
factories to make the bombs puts, like, a negative, like, damper on them. And apparently, ant skeletons, in case you knew, were used by the ancient Incans so that they would vibrate when evil was nearby. So when you concentrate them in a box, which is shaped like some kind of like ancient geometry that helps
it's shaped
focus.
it's shaped like one of the ziggurats from the Incas.
Yeah.
It channels all of their magical energy into the dead ends, who then vibrate, according to the negativity that was put into the bomb. Of course, because as we all know, if you're making explosives to say clear a field, if you're making amp or some shit, then the ants won't vibrate. Because that's a good bomb. Used for good things. If you're making a bomb to, like, open up a mine, that's a very good bomb. Everything's happy. But if you're an evil person and you're making a bomb for evil purposes, then the ants will all vibrate. That's another thing that pisses the fuck out of me. Like, they'll make, like, some outrageous claim. Like, oh my god, I found a plant in my backyard that
You
cures
just
all
reminded
cancers.
me of an old website I
Oh
found.
my god, that's never a good thing. But seriously, they'll be like, oh, this plant over here cures cancer. Here's the thing: if you go and you test that plant and you get it
Here we
approved by
go.
the scientific community, you get a
Information
fucking
unlimited.
Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize, motherfuckers. That's a $1 million prize plus the fucking prestige of having invented a whole new field of science. But no, they're selling it to you for $15.
Here you go, guys. Information
fucking
unlimited. Some of the stuff they sell, I think, is halfway legit, and a lot of it's just hilarious. Let's see. What's in the paranormal section?
I was gonna say, are those lightsabers up there?
Yeah,
Those are lasers.
Lasers.
Thermal anomaly detector.
Neon
Highly sensitive.
Yep.
plasma. Ah.
I don't even want to know.
No, you don't. Although, I have an article over here, still from the Mind Unleashed, by the way, that says that the Russian Prime Minister confirms the existence of intelligent extraterrestrial life.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, could you
Dimitri-
repeat that sentence to me, please?
Russian Prime Minister confirms the existence of intelligent extraterrestrial life.
Okay. How?
I'll tell you how.
I don't know, I'm still reading through it. They simply receive a briefing from the country's secret service. Wait. He has been in the know for quite some time. It's
Any
more
website.
likely that the heads of major secret service groups who have entire careers at agencies are privy to more information than a president who serves a much shorter term.
Uh-huh.
So Obama knows. Or does he?
No, I think
he's
his
the shorter term.
he's the shorter term. The secret service people know.
Dun dun dun.
Uh.
But we all know that Obama's
Oh,
not the
of
real
course
president.
Snowden's mentioned in here.
There's another president above him, and then another president above him, and then the Queen of England.
They're citing the fact that Edward Snowden stole some of this information, and that's why the U.S. government is so keen on getting his information back.
So let me get this straight. Snowden steals information about aliens being real. Somehow he steals proof of this, and the information he releases is about Obama wiretapping a bunch of people.
Yep.
Personally wiretapping?
And not
a bunch
the
of people,
aliens.
Or?
As president. Not the aliens, though. That's not important enough. No. It's Obama wiretapping people.
Yeah.
That's the one he releases.
Oh, hey, look, a whole article on the science of raising your vibration.
Yep.
I guess to match the purr of cats? Yeah.
No one's saying anything to you now.
I am. Any site, Isaac, by the way, that has a section called free energy
Yep.
deserves the utmost respect, of course. Free energy.
Also fire.
Jesus Christ.
Lots of reading. Most of these places just sell books and videos.
Again, so many. Look at this shit. Look at
Anti-gravity.
all of these books talking about energy being free. If any of these idiots could prove it, they would win like 16 Nobel Prizes.
Hitler's flying saucers.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Hitler's flying saucers.
What lures flying saucers?
Hitler.
What?
Hitler, the Nazi leader, had flying saucers.
Oh my god.
304
Wait,
pages.
are they
about
claiming?
how
Are
the
they
Nazis-
claiming that there are actually Nazis on the moon? Is that what they're saying?
You're making my organs hurt.
Oh my god, did you never see that movie?
I've seen that movie.
Iron
It's funny
Sky's
as hell.
the shit.
Iron Sky is
We were there
really
when you
good.
watched it the
Iron Sky
first
is
time.
one of
Were
the
you with
best
us?
movies
Yeah.
I've ever watched. However, are they actually saying that this is true?
Much of this is still a mystery on where it came from.
Uh-huh.
But yes, amazing technology was kept secret for 60 years and has now only come to light.
Uh-huh.
Right above it, by the way, is a master's degree thesis that summarizes the state of gravity research in 1961 and offers valuable historical physics information for serious anti-gravity researchers with many references. Are you okay?
What's the point? What's the point? There's no way to actively engage in criticism. Because the people
point
that are
is
making this
it pisses
information,
you off and it's hilarious as shit.
the people making this information are, I don't believe in any of this shit. They can't. Because I don't think that if you believe in this kind of things, you can type a sentence all the way to the end.
And okay, then you should have seen some stuff. Babe, remember those flyers my dad gave me one day? He wanted me to hang up in like the Bloomington Library. Like,
Your dad gives you the stupidest fucking
it's
flyers.
like time is the ally of deceit.
Time is the ally of deceit.
Yeah.
Alright,
Even
how
when
do
they
we
give you those
defeat
other
time?
Flyers that are like, to not be depressed, take these weird random pills that are white. We're not telling you what's in them. And he like had some that his dad gave him, and his dad was like, "I'm a happier person."
He also tried seriously telling me that all the world governments are like you've heard before, like suppressing technology. How what he's really terrified is what was it, HARP weaponry or something like that. Scalar weaponry. Yeah. Do you know about scalar weaponry?
Is it anything in any way related to frequency weapons?
Pretty much.
Of
It's-
vibration, resonance.
Yes,
resonance
using
weaponry.
it. Apparently, every human being has a unique resonance, and the New World Order has it all mapped out. Using
Every
Scout-
single one of the 7 billion in the planet?
Yes. No, and using this index, though, they can know where any one person is at any one time, and by flicking a switch, incinerate you.
Incinerate? Does
Make
that
you
mean-
spontaneously combust. I gotta look up scalar weaponry. Hang on here.
Wait, your dad legit believed that, or believes that? I'm not really sure which one to say.
I don't even... How the fucking goddamn... It's not possible to be this... No. Why are we not satisfied? Why are we not satisfied? I'm sorry. Let me just put... Let's just put one thing right here. In the molecular level, alright, when you go all the way fucking down to as small as we can see, we know it's not the end, by the way. The Large Hadron Collider is showing us that it's not the smallest you can go, and it's not the end of this line by any stretch of the imagination. But we are just a bunch of little magnetic balls holding on to each other because of fucking electrified little other balls.
It makes my shoulders hurt.
So, electromagnetism makes chemistry, which makes biology, which makes us, and somehow that's not enough? No? It has to be magical alien technology bullshit? That's not enough. Planes aren't enough. Spaceships aren't enough. The fact that there are planets rotating around the fucking sun is not enough. It has to be Nazis on the moon. We can't just have gone to the moon several times.
There you go.
No, it has to be Nazis. We can't just
Are
be
Nazis
here.
still
It has
being
to
a
be.
threat
We
to
were
the
planted.
world?
Ah.
Tesla involved in the Philadelphia experiment. Tesla technology used to activate world grid lines.
Tesla technology used to activate what?
World grid lines.
World. I have to believe to keep trusting in humanity, to keep my humanity
Mind
meter.
reading, mass hypnotism, and synthetic telepathy.
Wait, what is this?
Hang on, disease induction.
Disease induction.
Just cackling like a fucking maniac over there.
Because of the absurdity of it.
Isaac, you hurt my soul. I can't. Why?
Oh, there's a whole section on Brazil over here.
Oh my fucking Christ! What is it this time? Are we all robots?
Oh,
Are we all
can
Nazis?
Hang on.
You know, because of that one movie. Are we all Nazis?
I'm looking. I'm getting down there.
Everyone's
Alright.
a Nazi except the
Burton says that
Nazis who are
scaling
actually
beams can be
not
used
Nazis.
to induce diseases by mimicking disease patterns or signatures and by recreating them in scalar carriers. These so-called quantum potential weapons, especially designed.
Whoa, this
You're
is
reading.
cool. Okay, this actually pisses me off more than makes me laugh. It says that the Challenger was shot down.
Of course.
Fuck this asshole.
No, one of my mother's teachers was a Challenger. That's
Dude, really?
yeah,
That's
that's like a thing.
kind of kick-ass. I'd love to have been taught by a NASA astronaut.
But like,
No, fuck you. He says that the Russians shot it down.
Oh my fucking Christ!
You know what? If the person who wrote that is listening, you come and I will we'll go. We'll wrestle.
There's
We'll mud wrestle.
Stuff like
over
that
this.
you can rebuke much easier than any picture that they could possibly have shown. It's the same reason why the moon being a hoax doesn't work. Do you really honestly believe that he went all the way to the Middle East, invaded 2 countries, and made a more than 10-year-long war over one attack of one of your cities, and you somehow didn't start shit with Russia if they shot down one of your fucking ships?
No, dude.
No.
I lived in
No.
Florida. I could watch these fucking launches from my house.
Yes, and that's
This
the
is
rational
close
point
to
of view
my
here.
heart.
But we're
Fuck
talking in
this
stupid
asshole.
speak, and in stupid speak, there would have been a war.
Yeah. I think anyone that shoots down one of our spaceships.
anyone who shoots down one of our anything, I think you mean.
That
Well,
is a
I mean,
good point.
Granted, it helps that our space shuttles were the cargo ships of the world, and Russia carried stuff on our ships to the ISS.
And right now, Russia's carrying your crew members
Yeah.
to and from the International Space Station.
Yeah, because we kind of don't have any shuttles in service right
Well,
now.
you have one planned to be released in 2016?
Something like that?
Something, I don't know. Don't quote me.
I'm glad they're making a movie.
There's a picture of a cannon and the subtitle of Hydrogen Power.
Soda is evil.
Pop, you mean. Pop. And Pop isn't evil. Why is Pop evil?
What?
Everything is evil, love. It's
It's a
mind
conspiracy.
control.
It's a conspiracy.
Mind control something. I don't know. Isaac makes something up.
Synthetic telepathy?
Yeah.
Synthetic telepathy.
Fucking goddamn
Okay.
Tastes bad.
Cloaked Russian UFOs above USA. Fantastic.
Tastes real bad.
Apparently we've started World War III in the Middle East.
it.
Yep. 10 signs that you're awake.
Okay.
1. You know there's no meaningful difference between major political parties. 2. You understand that the Federal Reserve, or international central banking more broadly, is the engine of our economic problems. Because debt slavery is the totalitarian force that threatens all of humanity, not some temporary political puppet or some greedy Wall Street trader. 3. You know that preemptive war is never necessary. 4. You know that you're being systematically poisoned. How, by whom, and why. I think I'm actually voluntarily poisoning my brain with this article.
They're part of the conspiracy, you see.
Yeah. Yeah. It says, admittedly, there's a lot to learn in terms of how we are secretly being poisoned. That's linked, by the way. But the fact remains that we are being systematically poisoned, and it is likely for the deliberate purpose of dumbing us down and ultimately culling the population. 5. You understand that government can never legalize morality, nor should they. 6. You know that the mainstream media is wholly owned and manipulated by the ruling elite. 7. You know that your...
I'm sorry. Is that why there's a bunch of shows about guys shooting alligators on TV? Or a bunch of shows about really, really stupid people in Jersey going around punching each other and fucking? Because if that's the elite of your country, I'm surprised you got anywhere.
I think they're talking about news outlets.
The ones reporting on the people getting drunk with girls?
The ones reporting on Paris Hilton getting arrested?
Yeah. Truly, the elite of your country has spoken.
Yep. Donald Trump.
No, my God. I don't like clowns.
7. You know that your neighbors are not your enemy, even if you have fierce ideological disagreements.
I'm sorry. Who wrote this? A Canadian?
This is perhaps the most difficult thing to overcome in the awakening process. But it's vital to understand that your neighbors have been indoctrinated and hypnotized like the rest of us until someone helps shine a light of inconsistencies in our thoughts and beliefs. Most of their ideas are not their own. They are suffering just like the rest of us. It's okay to condemn their actions if they're harmful, but those who are awake will not give up on spreading information that can enlighten those of us who might still be in the dark. None of us were born awake, and all of us can learn even more. 8. You know.
Oh, it's not done? My God.
Oh no, we're only on. That was only 7.
Only 7.
8. You know that the end game is one world control of planet Earth. That might be the end game of our game.
It's the new world order, love.
Actually, I think the end game of our game is saving Earth.
The end game of game is saving Earth, but it is also doing it through the new world order, so technically not incorrect.
Technically, it's not end game then; it's gameplay in general.
Yeah. Although we did specify that if you ever attain maximum control, you just win.
Yeah.
If you get 100% sheeple and stability.
9. You realize that there are esoteric powers manipulating our physical world.
Oh.
You know, I hate the word esoteric just because one of my professors once called my thesis esoteric.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you that story?
I had not. If you did, I don't remember.
See, I did my senior thesis on heraldry and the origins of heraldry. And I guess because it didn't have to do with repercussions of communism or, you know, children's textbooks in West Africa where I'd studied for a semester, mine was esoteric.
Okay.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with today's world. I was put on some random-ass panel. Still had fun. Fun class, but yeah. 10. The power to change the world rests with you, and you alone.
Thank you, Captain Planet.
So yeah. If just a small minority took steps to speak out and, you know, identify the principles that they believe in and go out and live by them, it would shake the establishment to its core.
See, Congress already has a minority leader. That doesn't work.
But, hon, that's Congress.
He is a small minority of that group, taking the time to speak his mind and living by what he believes in. And he's not shaking the core of Congress, he's just annoying the shit out of the majority leader.
Dear, you're forgetting number 1. There's no meaningful difference between major political parties. So he's not minority.
Alright. What defines a political party?
Political party? Democrats and Republicans, it says.
Is Ron Paul a political party?
It's so easy to get caught up in the left-right debate and believe there's a difference between the two major political parties.
Two major political parties.
However, debate is one thing while actions are another. By their deeds you shall know them, and it is undisputable that there is no significant difference between political parties when it comes to action on the most important issues. Even hardened
aliens, mind control raids, and fucking synthetic telepathy.
Even hardened ideologues like John Cusack are beginning to wake up.
John Cusack. Oh, we got back to that asshole? Really?
Apparently we did. And I clicked on his link to John Cusack on truthout.org. And the first thing is his interviewing a law professor about Obama's administration's war on the Constitution. What?
Right, with all the amendments he's made to it, right? I can totally see that. Poor Constitution has never been the same.
Nope. No, it hasn't. This website, by the way, apparently has a donation thing.
Of course they do.
They've got $4,275 donated to them. And they want 50. Jesus Christ.
To do what? Build a ship and leave?
Truth that exposes corporate greed and privatization. Support us with a donation today. Guys, we are in the wrong fucking business.
Oh, fucking goddamn balls.
Apparently, according to them, it costs $200 per hour to gain your own bit of privacy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it just says privacy per hour, $1.99.
Privacy? What's wrong with...
That's how much your privacy costs. I don't know.
To be on the site? Or, like, do they have a room where they lock you up and you're in private for a while?
Maybe? I'm not asking.
Suddenly I am filled with images of their basement being filled with, like, isolation chambers. How is this a reactor? Okay, if you're going to put this, if this is going to be the end of it, then for the love of God, put links to it. Like, seriously, people, go to quackwatch.org. That's a very good medical site for all the bullshit that isn't scientific. Neil deGrasse Tyson has like a major amount of links for all the idiotic, the moon isn't actually there, or it doesn't control the ocean somehow, or God did it. There's another person I'm forgetting. There was a scientist I remember the name of, and he had like this site that like debunked all this bullshit. If not, then James Randi, look him up, and Penn and Teller as well. Yep. Seriously, look them up. Yeah.
This has been an angry Italian review of themindunleashed.org.
Well, we actually kind of went all over the place.
We did. But themindunleashed.org is where it all started.
Also, look up Norman Borlaug. You fucks.
Oh, we'll save GMO stuff for another podcast. I don't think we can go another hour tonight.
It's been an hour? My God.
I don't know, maybe.